Have you ever experienced that chilling moment when you come to the haunting realization that you have slipped into the shadows, unseen by the one who is meant to cherish you above all else? It was I, standing at the precipice of fate, a shadow of my former self, caught in the web of my own choices. My name is Sarah, and after 15 long years of marriage, I believed I had unraveled the intricate tapestry of my life. But let me reveal to you, nothing can brace you for that heart-stopping instant when you come to the harrowing realization that your husband has become a stranger, blind to your very existence. It struck me with an intensity one never saw coming on that fateful anniversary. 15 years intertwined, and yet, John's mind betrayed him, leaving behind the haunting silence of forgotten moments. Silence hung in the air, heavy and suffocating. No flowers adorned the table, no card lay waiting, and the absence of a simple happy anniversary text echoed like a haunting reminder of what once was. It was just another day for him, but the air crackled with an unspoken tension, as if the world held its breath, waiting for the inevitable twist of fate that lurked just around the corner. He arrived home in the dead of night, his eyes avoiding mine like a shadow in the dark. With a barely audible murmur about a hectic day at work, he ascended the stairs, leaving an unsettling silence in his wake. As I sat in the dim light, the flickering candles casting shadows that danced ominously around the room, I gazed at the exquisite dinner I had prepared. A sense of dread washed over me, gnawing at my insides, as I pondered the haunting question, when had I slipped into the shadows, becoming a mere specter in my own life? In that fleeting instant, everything changed. The world around me faded, and a surge of raw emotion coursed through my veins. I could feel the tension crackling in the air, a silent storm brewing within me. It was the moment I snapped, and nothing would ever be the same again. With a sense of urgency coursing through my veins, I snatched my coat from the hook, the fabric whispering secrets of the night. I slid into the car, the engine roaring to life as if it sensed the tension in the air. My heart raced as I sped towards the nearest bar, a beacon of refuge in the encroaching darkness. In truth, I stood there, utterly unprepared, with no plan to guide me through the impending chaos. I felt an urgent pull to escape the confines of my home, to break free from the oppressive silence that threatened to engulf me whole. The bar enveloped me in its warm embrace, shadows dancing across the walls, a sanctuary from the chaos outside. It was precisely the refuge I craved, a place where secrets whispered and the air crackled with unspoken tension. I ordered a drink, the icy glass barely grazing my lips when a shadow fell beside me. A man, enigmatic and sudden, slid onto the stool next to mine, his presence sending a shiver down my spine. It had been a night fraught with turmoil, and as he leaned closer, his voice wrapped around her like a velvet cloak, both inviting and unsettling. I cast a furtive glance, my heart racing with anticipation. He towered above the crowd, a striking figure cloaked in an aura of mystery. His dark hair framed a face that could have been chiseled from stone, while his piercing blue eyes seemed to hold secrets that could unravel the very fabric of reality. The kind of guy who draws you in, making you believe, even for a fleeting moment, that you are the sole focus of his world, while shadows dance around you, whispering secrets of desire and intrigue. You could say that, I replied, my voice steady, though a storm brewed beneath the surface, threatening to unleash its fury at any moment. I'm Daniel, he declared, extending his hand with an intensity that sent a shiver down my spine. Sarah, the name echoed in the shadows, a whisper that sent shivers down the spine. What secrets lay hidden beneath her calm exterior? The air thickened with tension, each heartbeat a countdown to the revelation that could change everything. Who was she really? The truth lurked just beyond the veil, waiting to be uncovered. As we began to converse, time slipped away like sand through my fingers, and before I could grasp it, hours had vanished into the shadows. His charm wrapped around me like a silken thread, each attentive glance igniting a spark of intrigue that felt utterly alien, leaving me breathless and on edge. John's gaze pierced through the years, a haunting reminder of what once was, igniting a flicker of dread and anticipation within me. In that fleeting moment, a spark ignited within me, a sensation so rare and profound that it sent shivers down my spine. After an eternity of shadows, I finally felt the weight of another's gaze, piercing through the veil of solitude that had enveloped me for so long. Suddenly, the atmosphere crackled with tension as the conversation took an unexpected turn. The air between us thickened, crackling with an electric tension that seemed to pulse with unspoken words and hidden desires. His hand trembled as it approached, a mere whisper away from my skin, gently sweeping a rebellious strand of hair from my face, igniting a spark of tension that hung thick in the air. "You deserve to be noticed," he whispered, his voice barely breaking the silence, as if the weight of his words hung in the air, thick with unspoken tension, "to be truly valued." A force within me shattered its confines, unleashing a torrent of raw emotion and untamed power. Perhaps it was the seductive allure of the wine, or perhaps it was the heavy cloak of loneliness that had wrapped itself around me for far too long. With a heart pounding in my chest, I leaned in, and in that fleeting moment, before doubt could creep in, our lips collided in a breathless embrace. It was more than a mere kiss, it was a moment suspended in time, charged with unspoken promises and the weight of uncharted emotions. The air crackled with tension, as if the universe held its breath, waiting for the inevitable consequences that would follow. It was a tempest of desire, an insatiable yearning, and the exhilarating taste of liberation, all entwined in a single, electrifying moment. As we stepped out of the bar, the air crackled with an electric tension, and in that moment, I was engulfed by a rush of vitality I hadn't experienced in what felt like an eternity. The dawn broke, casting eerie shadows across the unfamiliar hotel room where I found myself awakening, a sense of foreboding settling in the pit of my stomach. With a heavy heart, she discovered the note resting on the pillow, a haunting reminder of Daniel's absence. The silence in the room was deafening, each second stretching into eternity as she braced herself for the words that could change everything. "Thank you for a night that will forever linger in the shadows of my memory." In the shadows of uncertainty, a single letter looms, heavy with meaning and potential. What secrets does it hold? What destinies are intertwined with its mere existence? The air thickens with anticipation, as the weight of E hangs in the balance, waiting to unveil its truth. Will it lead to revelation or despair? The clock ticks ominously, and the stage is set for an unfolding drama that could change everything. A smile crept across my lips, a dangerous blend of guilt and exhilaration coursing through me like a forbidden thrill. Yet, that fleeting sensation was destined to vanish all too soon. As I stepped through the door, the weight of reality crashed down upon me, a relentless force that left me breathless. John sat at the kitchen table, the steam rising from his coffee like a ghostly whisper, as if the world around him had been swallowed by a dark abyss, leaving him untouched, yet profoundly altered. "Morning," he uttered, his gaze locked onto the crinkled pages of the newspaper, as if the world around him had faded into a mere whisper. A primal urge clawed at my throat, desperate to break free, to unleash the chaos within me. With a surge of emotion, the coffee mug soared through the air, destined for the wall, where it would shatter into 1,000 pieces, each fragment a testament to the turmoil within. To reveal it all to him, yet, I chose not to. I donned the mask of the perfect wife, as I had always done, concealing the tempest that brewed beneath the surface. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows across the office, John's voice broke the tense silence. He revealed, with a hint of mystery, that a new business partner was set to join his firm, leaving an air of uncertainty hanging in the room. "Daniel Parker," he whispered, as if the name itself held a dark secret waiting to be unveiled. "The moment has arrived. Today, we will confront him. Prepare yourself, for he is a man of intellect, a sharp mind that dances with wit. His humor, a beacon in the shadows, promises to captivate and enthrall. You may find yourself drawn into his world, where laughter intertwines with brilliance, leaving you eager for more." A chilling wave coursed through my veins. Daniel, a name that echoes in the shadows, a whisper that sends chills down the spine. What secrets lie behind those letters? What fate awaits him in the darkness? The air thickens with anticipation, and the heart races at the thought of what is to come. My Daniel, the name echoes in the shadows, a haunting reminder of what once was. The air thickens with unspoken words, and the heart races at the thought of his presence, now a ghost in the corridors of my mind. Could it truly be mere chance? Was he aware of my true identity? Questions surged through my mind like a tempest, each one more urgent than the last, clawing for answers in the shadows of uncertainty. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows across the room, John extended an invitation to Daniel, a seemingly innocent gesture that would set the stage for an unforgettable evening. As the doorbell echoed through the silence, a surge of adrenaline coursed through my veins, and my heart raced wildly in my chest. I pushed the door open, my heart racing, and there he stood, cloaked in shadows, that same beguiling smile playing on his lips, as if he held secrets that could unravel the very fabric of my world. "Sarah," he whispered, his gaze piercing through the shadows, holding me captive in that moment. What a twist of fate it is to cross paths once more. John approached, an oblivious wanderer in a world shrouded in uncertainty. "Do you two share a history that remains shrouded in mystery?" Daniel's smile flickered like a candle in the wind, concealing a shadow that lurked just beneath the surface. Our paths crossed for a fleeting moment, a mere whisper in the vast expanse of time. The air was thick with unspoken words, each moment stretching into eternity as the shadows danced around the flickering candlelight, casting an ominous glow over the table. Tension crackled like electricity, leaving everyone on edge, their hearts pounding in the silence that enveloped them. Food lay untouched before me, a mere shadow of sustenance as my thoughts whirled in a tempest of chaos. As the last remnants of dessert lingered on our plates, Daniel leaned closer, his voice barely above a whisper, and requested a moment alone with me. The air thickened with unspoken tension, and my heart raced at the thought of what he might reveal. John, blissfully unaware of the tension hanging in the air, nodded and stepped out, leaving us in the living room, where shadows danced and secrets whispered. "What brings you to this place, shrouded in shadows and secrets?" I hissed, my voice trembling on the edge of control. Daniel advanced, shadows creeping across his face, a storm brewing in his eyes. "In the shadows of that fateful night, I recognized you, Sarah," with a clarity that sent chills down my spine. A chilling wave of dread washed over me, sending my stomach plummeting into an abyss of uncertainty. What is happening? For years, I have walked the shadowy path of friendship with John, a bond forged in the fires of time and secrets. He betrayed me in the shadows of a business deal, leaving me with nothing but the ruins of my dreams. In that moment, a dark thought crept into my mind: what if I seized something from him? The thrill of the unknown pulsed through my veins, urging me to act. Something he holds dear, a treasure amidst the shadows of uncertainty. My gaze locked onto him, a wave of disbelief crashing over me. "Did you truly use me?" His expression wavered, a fleeting glimpse of vulnerability breaking through the facade. "It began in the shadows, a whisper of fate lurking just beyond the light. But then, everything changed the moment I laid eyes on you. In that moment, a chilling revelation struck me: you are far more than merely John's wife. You're nothing short of extraordinary." Tears burned like fire in my eyes, threatening to spill over and reveal the turmoil within. My mind races, grappling with the shocking reality before me. How could this be? The weight of disbelief hangs heavy in the air, suffocating and relentless. "I'm sorry," he said, his voice laced with an unsettling sincerity, and for a fleeting moment, I was ensnared by the weight of his words, questioning the very fabric of his intent. "Yet, deep within the shadows of your heart, you know you are destined for something far greater than him. In the depths of your soul, a truth lingers, waiting to be unveiled. You are worthy of love, a love that ignites the very essence of your being." For days, the haunting memory clung to me like a shadow, refusing to let go of its grip. I steered clear of Daniel, my heart racing, while I desperately attempted to maintain a facade of normalcy around John. Yet, beneath the surface, an unsettling tension lingered, whispering that all was not as it seemed. It was impossible. They simply could not be. On a storm-laden night, the doorbell echoed through the silence, and there he stood, Daniel, a figure cloaked in shadows, his presence igniting a whirlwind of emotions within me. "I can't stop thinking about you," he whispered, his breath warm against her skin as he stepped closer, the air thick with unspoken tension. Though the beginning was shrouded in shadows, the conclusion still hangs in the balance, waiting for a twist of fate to rewrite the final act. Every fiber of my being screamed to distance myself from him, to sever the invisible ties that bound us. The air crackled with tension, and the weight of unspoken words hung heavily between us, urging me to take a step back, to escape the magnetic pull that threatened to consume me whole, to command him to depart. Yet, in that fateful moment, I chose to step aside, granting him entry into the unknown. Deep within the shadows of my heart, a fierce hatred simmered, ignited by the betrayal of his actions. Yet, a deeper part of me could not escape the intoxicating grip of the emotions he stirred within me. Our clandestine affair unfolded in the shadows, where we rendezvoused in concealed corners, snatching fleeting moments from the grasp of time itself. Amidst the chaos and entangled emotions, there was a raw authenticity that surged through me, a stark contrast to the hollow facade of my marriage. Then, on that fateful night, the world as we knew it shattered into a million pieces. John uncovered the truth. I stepped through the door, the air thick with an unsettling silence, only to discover him shrouded in shadows, clutching a photo of me and Daniel, his gaze piercing through the darkness. "How long?" he asked, his voice echoing with an unsettling emptiness. "I swear, I spoke the truth." Several months have slipped away, each one heavy with unspoken tension and the weight of anticipation. His laughter echoed through the shadows, a bitter sound that pierced the silence, leaving an unsettling chill in the air. Perhaps I was destined for this moment all along. Silence hung in the air, heavy and foreboding, as tension crackled like electricity. No screams pierced the stillness, no grand showdown unfolded. Instead, an unsettling calm cloaked the scene, leaving an ominous sense of anticipation lingering in the shadows. Only an oppressive silence hung in the air, thick and heavy, as if the world itself held its breath, waiting for something to shatter the stillness. In that haunting silence, a chilling truth gripped me. Our marriage had crumbled to dust long before Daniel's shadow darkened my door. In the end, the final curtain fell on John and me, sealing our fate in a heart-wrenching divorce. He clung to the house, a fortress of memories, while I stepped into the unknown, ready to rebuild my life from the ashes of the past. What fate awaits Daniel? We fought desperately to salvage what we had, but the chilling reality loomed over us. Our bond was forged in deception and fueled by vengeance. It was a fleeting moment, a fragile whisper of hope that danced on the edge of despair. The inevitable truth loomed, dark and foreboding, casting a shadow over every heartbeat. It couldn't last. As I reflect on the past, a chilling sense of acceptance washes over me. The shadows of my choices linger, yet I find no room for regret. What transpired was inevitable, a haunting dance of fate that I cannot escape. It revealed a profound truth. At times, one must descend into the depths of despair, losing every fragment of oneself, only to emerge reborn, discovering the essence of who they truly are. If this tale stirred something deep within you, if you've ever experienced the haunting sensation of being unseen in your own existence, then don't hesitate, press that like button and subscribe now, for the shadows of your story deserve to be illuminated. Behind the facade of our everyday existence lies a labyrinth of untold stories, secrets waiting to be unveiled, and shadows that dance just out of sight. What we present to the world is merely a whisper of the tempest that brews within. And believe me, the twists will leave you breathless. They lurk just beyond the shadows, waiting, watching, ready to strike at any moment.